Hello everyone, hope you have a nice day and welcome back to my channel. Today we discuss about socio-culture environment. So first of all we discuss about the concept of culture. Culture is of great significance to business and is a very critical component of business environment. Proper understanding of the cultural dimensions is very important for making important business decisions relating to product development, promotional efforts, and human resource management, management of the social and political environment, etc. A company which sets out do business in unfamiliar culture environment may encounter several problems if proper homework is not done. Many multinational corporates agreed that cultural differences are the most significant and troublesome variables encountered by any multinational company. The failure of managers to comprehend fully these disparities has led to most international business blunders. So there are varying definitions of culture. Culture in its broadest definition refers to that part of the total experience or of human action and its production also, which is socially as opposed to genetically transmitted. A very popular dimension is that the E.B. Taylor, which reads, culture of civilization is that complex whole which includes knowledge, belief, art, moral, law, customs, and other capabilities and habits acquired by man as a member of society. So, the Greek Hofstede, a noted Dutch writer and academic, has put it culture is the software of mind, the social programming that runs the way we think, act, and perceive ourselves and others. In other words, your brain is simply the hardware that runs the cultural programming. The implication is that culture is not innate, so it's a learned behavior and hence can be changed. On the basis of the variation definitions of cultures, so formulates the concept of cultural as now I described about this. Culture is characteristically the human product of social interactions, provides socially acceptable patterns for meeting biological and social needs, is cumulative, for it is handed down from generation to generation in a given society. Culture is meaningful to human being because of its symbolic quality. Culture is learned by each person in the course of his development in a particular society. Culture is therefore a basic determinant of personality, and culture depends for its existence upon the continued functioning of society but is independent of any individual or group. Now, culture consists of both material culture and non material culture. Material culture involves man made things, that is, automobile, televisions, telephone, etc., and man made alternations in the environment. Non material culture includes such factors as language, ideals, benefit, values, music, etc. Now, elements of culture. Culture, the sum total of societal behavior, includes at least three elements, namely knowledge, benefits or beliefs, ideals, and preference. Now, knowledge and beliefs. First of all, we discuss about this. So, the knowledge and beliefs refers to a pupil's prevailing nations to of reality. They includes myths and metaphysics, physical beliefs, as well as scientific realities. So, as one of the features of culture in general that is of special sociological interest is shared quality of a belief system. People who share a given culture tend to take a hostile attitude towards those within their midst who cannot or will not accept conventional definitions of fact. Now, people in every society have basic convictions that certain moods of conduct or goals are desirable. So these are also known as values. So value system represents a set of values with priority ordering based on their relative importance. So it prompts the individuals and groups to distinguish between what is right and what is wrong. So, what ought to be, what ought not to be. Values thus provide standards or benchmarks by which individuals may be guided in their choices, decisions, conduct, and behavior also. Now, ideals. Ideals refers to the societal norms which defines what is expected, customary, right or proper in the given situation. Norms are enforced by sanction, that is, by rewarding the right behavior and punishing the wrong behavior also. Now, important aspects of every culture are norms of proper behavior, like the proper way to greet a friend, that are informally enforced, but most are norms of obligatory behavior considered vital to the welfare of the group. Now, preference. Preference refers to society's definition, those things in life which are attractive or unattractive as objectives of desire. Now, preference may differ between cultures, and interestingly enough, the judgments of the ideal or the proper do not always correspond to our judgments of the pleasant or enjoyable. An example in point is the temptations not proper but desirable. All the things I really like to do are normal or immoral, illegal or fitting. So a culture tends to provide the standards of taste in specific lines. Human activity, taste in the most liberal sense, varies greatly with the food consumption preference of the different culture. But there is also taste in clothing, housing, and in endless variety of possessions and activities also. So what is tasteful in one culture may be highly distasteful in another. So values which govern decision making in corporate enterprises may consist of individuals' values, group values, values of the constituents, and socio-economic environment, and the cultural values of the society. So there are very important in the formulations of business strategies. Ignoring values, beliefs, customer taste, preference, etc. may prove rather costly. Now, significance of socio-cultural environment. You have learned in Unit 1 that the social culture structure and the culture of the society have great influence on the functioning of business activities. Each society has its own culture, which consists of the customs, value, attitude, beliefs, habits, language, and other forms of interaction between the member of the society. Any business firm which aims at entering any market for its products and services must develop complete understanding of socio-cultural environment of the society involved and adapt its strategies thereto. So the question arises as to what factors constitute social environment. A long list of factors such as social institutions, social system, social groups, social values, and attitudes are included in it. So successful business managers cannot afford to neglect the importance of these features. No business can survive and grow without social harmony. Different countries over different time periods attain social harmony and order to different forms through different ways and means. So the socio-cultural environment differs over space, time, and methods. Now these aspects may be noted in the current socio-cultural environment. Number one, changes in our lifestyle and social values. For instance, changing role of woman emphasizes or quality of goods uh, instead quality of goods, greater reliance on government, greater preference for recreation activities. Major social problems, for example, concern for population of environment, demand for socially responsible marketing policies, hate for safety in occupations and products, etc. And growing consumptions, it is indicating consumer dissatisfactions on a large scale against unfair trade practices. And consumerism is becoming increasingly important to marketing decisions processes. Social environment is many countries is responsible for emphasizing social responsibility of business and customer oriented marketing approach. So the impact of social cultural dimensions upon the business could be understood in many ways. In the era of globalizations, the companies are crossing the limits of boundaries and going to the other parts of the world. Now the needs for understanding and appreciating culture difference across various countries is essential. Work motivation, profit motivation, business goals, negotiating styles, attitude towards the development and of the business relationship, gift giving customs, greeting, significance of body gesture, meaning of the culture and number, and the like vary from country to country. So now, the main point is the critical elements of social cultural environment. So the critical elements of socio-cultural environment of business may be classified. Number one, social institutions and system. Number two, social groups. Number three, social values and attitudes. Number four, social responsibilities of business. Number five, role and responsibility of government. Of course, or of these last two elements would be discussed early. So, social institutions and systems. So, social institutions refers to set up like family, school, church, state, etc., which are essentially to maintain the orderly agreement of social culture. So these are regarded as collective modes of behavior. They prescribe a way of doing things. They bind the members of group together. They are uh, actually they are prescribing